Alright guys, welcome back. CFP here, and this is Survival Living. Today we're making some preparations, but while I was out here, started doing some thinking and need some topics we need to discuss. I'm making up some char cloth right now because we're fixing to do another survival camp out video, and this one here is going to be a 7-day event. So I want to have some fresh char cloth because our last one, we had gotten some moisture in our char cloth. It was an old piece, it just happens. So we got the fire going, so we'll get a cold bed and get that done. Now, topics. If you got to see the new release from our commander-in-chief, I watched it. There's a little pop-up clip for you. Very interesting little concept he had there. I really want to take away from the little quote I'm going to quote him on this, that the Justice Department has made it clear that it's legal to require that word. So that's for employers. Now, we've talked about this many times over, and my views have shifted a lot on this because the more and more stuff goes on, the more you can actually back up what you're saying. You know, I did a video not too long ago about the talk of a mandatory door-to-door. And instead of watching the video, a lot of people just went on there's no mandatory blah, blah, blah. You're a conspiracy theorist. No, I said there was talk of. Now, he's up there going on about how it's legal for them to require this. I'm not sure how the Justice Department gets to force this. Maybe you guys can put in the comments what ratification of the Constitution allows this. So I don't know. Now, what does this mean for us Americans? Well, what I'm seeing and what I'm predicting, and no, I'm not hearing some voice from above, just looking at things. It's going to be a mandatory thing to start going into work somewhere. They're already making requirements for federal contractors to do, like he said in the video. You can go check out the main video. I got a link for you. It's going to be mandatory if you're going to do business with the U.S. government and you are a federal contractor. You got to get it. You got to get that jab. Interesting. Talking about how small businesses across America and other larger businesses are working on their own mandates, requirements. You have to have this to go to work. Now, we've got some things to talk about this. All right, there's many different aspects to look at this. One, we're being forced. They're trying to force it. So they couldn't go door to door, kick down your door with a needle. You're taking this. So now they're making it so that it's difficult for you to have a job, go to work. Yeah. So without a job, what happens to Americans? Lose your home, lose your vehicles, can't feed your family. Now what happens when that stuff falls into play? Well, if you got kids, you lose your children, government steps in, removes them from an unfit home. Yeah, interesting, huh? Now I want to get something clear. I see it a lot on my channel and other channels. I am not for taking the jab. Do not agree with it one bit. I am not going to. I can't tell you what to do. But I want to get some things cleared out here. I hear all the time. I see it on my channel all the time and other channels. This misinformation. Do not take the jab. It's the mark of the beast. No, I don't know what freaking Bible you read from. I grew up in the church. My family was missionaries. I went to Bible school. I was supposed to be a preacher. That's what they said my calling was. But I never heard any voice, so obviously it wasn't my calling. The mark of the beast is a willful act. If you want to look up Revelations, go ahead and look it up. It doesn't say anything about an injection. Now, what people will argue with, it clearly states you cannot buy or sell. Yeah, the Bible does clearly state that. They've also said this about the smallpox injection. They've said this about the Social Security card. They said this about driver's license. They said this about driver's vehicle tags. They said this about everything that comes around. In my belief, in my understanding of the Word of God, it is a willful act of denouncing Christ. The Antichrist will have already made himself known. They will set up worship in his image before this mark even comes to play. So no, it's not something, oh, they're going to trick you into taking it. No, it's a willful act. It's a straight up F you to the big man upstairs. That's what that is. That's what the mark is. It's not, oh, I didn't mean to take it. No, you think God's going to let you just go, oh, God, I did not mean to take that. You know I didn't mean, come on, the Almighty. No, he's going to make you make a decision. Are you going to follow him, or are you going to pursue and worship the Antichrist? That's what the mark is. Not, oh my God, don't take this. I'm not saying take the jab. I'm not taking it. But I'm not taking it because of a religious belief that has been completely manipulated by somebody that doesn't fully understand the Word of God. You don't understand, CFP. It changes your DNA. Everything changes our DNA, from GMO foods we eat to the air we're breathing with all the plane parts that we're breathing in. The environment alone changes our DNA. Oh, you're saying you believe in evolution? No, I don't believe in Darwinism. I believe our bodies, same with animals across the planet, evolves to their environment. That's proven. That's why certain camels have longer eyelashes when they're in the desert. They grow extra hair in certain areas so they can breathe. Now, I'm not here to promote Darwinism at all. I'm just saying our body evolves to the elements, our environment. Our DNA changes. And again, I'm not promoting this stuff. If it was my opinion, no one should get it. It's been a complete horseshoot from the beginning. This whole freaking thing about the jab. No. Extra mask. Don't wear a mask. You can have a mask. If you got the jab, you'll be okay. Oh, wait a second. No, you're not. You're going to have to wear a mask and also stay away from someone so such and such. It's all horseshit. Every bit of it is horse crap. It's a control issue. So now we're down to lockdowns. Right now, I'm in Florida. We don't have a lockdown. As far as I know, there's no major lockdowns in America right now. Is there talk? Oh yeah, there's talk. There was talks about the first lockdown. Everyone's like, oh no, that's not going to happen. This is America. Well, guess what happened? Lockdowns. They're going to do it again. That's why we always pushed our payday preps, tell people to keep getting food. Keep getting food. Don't stop. I don't care if you got to shop at Walmart. I don't care if you have to shop wherever, the Save-A-Lot store, the Buy a Dime. I don't care. And it shouldn't matter to you when someone says, well, how dare you? You're feeding your family, and that's what's important. These people are not there taking care of your family, are they? Are they going to be there when you have no food for your kids, your loved ones? Are they going to be there with a big old box of stuff? Hey, got you covered. What if you got a community of like-minded preppers in your area that you've been working together? Yeah, but odds are you're not going to be sitting there going, well, I'm not getting that because of such and such, such and such. Get food put back. This new variant that they're talking about, the symptoms sounds like the freaking common cold to me. So why is it a worldwide deal? Has nothing to do with that. Has to do with control. Now, I did watch a video earlier today from Lisa Haven. I've watched her for a very long time. They're talking about this Green New Deal being modeled off of the lockdowns, and how they have plans on using lockdowns to improve the environment, to save Mother Earth. Playbooks. There's a lot of weird stuff going on, and it's all manipulation and control. Now, there's other people out there that will say, well, we need to take up arms. I'm not advocating that. That's your decision. I did a video on that, on a lot of those topics there. If you are a lone individual or a group of a couple people and you're going to make a stand, it's not going to turn out well for you. That's just the truth. It's not. Now, during that video I did about that, everyone's like, so you're saying you're going to take the jab? No, I never said that one bit. Never said that. My idea was keep on moving if they come up to my house and I already see the stuff being organized in my area. I wasn't going to be forced. If they came up for a forcing thing, I was removing my family from the situation. Well, you can't always run. You're right, you can't always run. And until that line gets there, I will be moving around if I have to avoid it. I will try my best to avoid conflict as much as possible. But now when my back's up against the wall or I see an opportunity to make a difference, yes. But just blindly running out there, guns a-blazing, you're an idiot. You're going down. They're not, you don't stand a chance. I mean, really? Go back and, go check out your favorite movie, Red Dawn, Scream Wolverines, or whatever the hell you're going to start screaming now. Because it's not going to work out for you. I can't believe you said that. I don't give a shit. You're an idiot. That's the truth. You're not going to make it. All right, I got a cold bed going, so I need to get my char cloth in. So in short, get food put back, get ways of purifying water, get ways of collecting water. Those are the top necessities you need. Water purification, so you have drinkable water, and food for your family. Next, you need to have finances put back. You need to have stuff to pay bills. Take the last lockdown, for example. All of our jobs were shut down. I was able to make money on YouTube. I've been working on this channel for a while now, trying to build it up. It's an income. It's a job. So I could actually still do it while I was here at the house, while we were locked down. My wife's job was locked down. My job was locked down. Most jobs were shut down. How are you going to pay your bills? Look at all the people that was facing evictions and stuff like that. Now, the government gave the little leeways. Oh, renter's forgiveness, all this other crap. I forget the name of it. People are still dealing with that. A lot of people wind up homeless out of that. For what? That death toll they were talking about wasn't like that. The contractions, the test positives and stuff that they were talking about didn't happen. Everybody, you come in with a broke finger, you got it. They were getting paid to say it. Now, is there a disease out there? Yes. Is there a virus? Yeah. Now, I have to be careful what my thoughts are on that. I just say trace down where it came from, and you can pretty much put two and two together on that it was manufactured. Absolutely. I fully believe that. But it is a real deal. Is it as deadly as they made it sound? No. Look at the new variant. Symptoms. I mean, like the common cold. We're having all these major issues right before flu season, during flu season. I'm still trying to figure out why I didn't hear about any major deaths like we usually do about the flu season from last year. Because no one apparently got the flu last year. They all got that other stuff. It's a manipulation, but you need to be ready. You need to have your stuff in order. You need to have your family prepared. Because if they do another lockdown, and I believe that they will, I believe it's going to be worse. And I believe most of our freedoms will be snatched away. Just the fact that they're trying to push this lockdowns as a blueprint for future lockdowns worldwide to save the earth. The earth replenishes itself all the time. They're talking about methane gas and the seas and all this other crap. Stuff happens. Our environment changes all the time. Ice caps melt, I believe it's every 126 years. 126,000 years. I could be wrong on the math, but you can look at the science. You can do a simple Google search about pole flip. They can prove when the poles are flipped. Many times over, looking at the lava flumes that have now solidified in a rock in the ocean, they can tell where the magnetism of the iron in the lava flumes have changed direction because of the pole flip. With pole flip, you get ice melt. Seawater rises. Now, are these real threats? Yeah, they are. But they're not from flying an airplane. They're not from cow farts. They're a normal cycle. It happens. We just happen to be in the time of age where it's happening while we are here. The evidence is there that this stuff has happened before. I mean, they had forests in the Antarctica. Forest. Remnants of forests. If it was always a sheet of ice, how the hell they got forests? Because it always wasn't. It's always flipped. That's why you see all the fish fossils and stuff all over the country. There's not a body of water nearby. Many have said it's because of the Great Flood from the Old Testament. Well, yeah, I'm sure that did a lot. Sure it did. But for the multiple layers of sediment they're finding it in other words, it's been there for thousands of years, that tells me the ice caps melted, new oceans were developed, new waterways, new sea life. And then when the poles flipped again, changed everything around, water drained off, other water froze. I try to keep a level head when I talk about stuff. Doesn't mean I have all the answers, but I try to think things all the way through and not get wrapped up in the sensationalism of it. You get wrapped up in the sensationalism of everything, you overlook a lot of stuff, and then you get led by your nose. We're preppers for a reason, not to be led by our nose. I know a lot of people get pissed off at me because I'm not up here screaming call of arms. I value my life. I value life of my family. I know I can look at it, and I can look at the history of things, and I know that if I go running around with a firearm waging conflict, I'll be put down. Nothing's going to happen. It's got to be a massive movement that this happens. So they're just going to keep on attacking your rights to bear arms. Sure they are. They're not going to do any major issues until that's taken away. Well, they can't do that. They do a lot of things. They do a lot of things. Are you right in saying it's wrong for them to do that? Yes, that's correct. It is wrong for them to do that. We have a constitution for a reason. But they re-ratify it. It's whoever pays the most amount of money and whatever agenda they have is what they do. It's whoever's in office, whoever has the most power play is what happens. Something to think about. All right, guys. Talk to y'all later.